fight Saturday. Haney is the favorite. Are you expecting him to remain with the company after this fight and anything? Or?
Haney, let me put it this way. A fighter is going to go where his best economic opportunity is. So if Haney wins or loses, and we offer him a fight, and they determine that it's better than another promoter offering the fight on a different platform, he'll sign with us for that fight. We don't own him. We're not looking for a long-term contract. We only look for long-term contracts with guys who are starting out. So the idea that if Haney wins and does a fight with PBC or with the Zone, if it's more attractive to him, why shouldn't he do it? I mean, I don't object to any of that as long as fighters don't try to breach their contract. And Haney has no contract with us going forward.
What do you feel about Lomachenko's team saying that this is his last chance? As far as this is his last chance to really,
Well, because if Loma happens to lose and Haney moves up to 140, and the titles are vacant, then it's going to take a hell of a lot of fights for Lomachenko to become the undisputed lightweight champion. That's what he means.
What did you think of, Bill Haney, a little bit of a fire under him and Devins, but that you earlier in the promotion said it might be a smart bet to pick Lomachenko. Do you feel like that lit a fire under them a little bit?
I have no idea. I mean, I'm not a bookmaker.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at this as being an even fight. What are the odds now on the fight?
I believe Haney's a slight favorite.
Slight favorite, so, it's like an even fight. So, people will bet the way they think the outcome will go.
But let me ask you this. We talk about so many things about Haney and Loma. But what about Oscar Valdez? I believe it's a very difficult fight. He needs to recover the confidence.
Yeah, we're big supporters of Oscar Valdez. We've promoted him from his first professional fight, and we hope he comes through on Saturday, because then we'll be able to make the match that was supposed to happen before he was injured, him against Navarrete.
Yeah.
Bob, any thoughts on Teofimo Lopez's recent comments? He's saying about the Top Rank prefers the black fighters over him, and
I mean, you're a promoter. You'd think a black fighter like Terence Crawford didn't like the way he was treated by Top Rank, so he called us racist for supporting the white and Hispanic fighters. Teofimo, because all the attention now is on Haney and also the three young guys who are going to be great.
Davis.
Jared Anderson, Shakur, and Keyshawn. Now says we support the black fighters. It just shows how ridiculous it is. We support the fighters that we feel have the biggest upside, whatever their ethnicity is.
Yeah, they can't all be right? Because
I guess in a way they're all right. Yeah.
Did you get a chance to see the Rolly Romero fight?
No, but I saw the clip of when Tony stopped the fight, and that was a crazy stoppage. But from Tony's standpoint, he didn't see, I think, the fact that the punches that Romero was throwing were missing.
Yeah.
And so it was one punch after another. but they're all missing. So that stoppage was unfortunate. But Tony is a good referee, and he just blew one.
Yeah. Would you ever co-promote a fight with Romero if he wanted to fight Stevenson or any of those guys?
Sure. We're looking for fighters that are competitive with Shakur.
Well, a lot of people they can't wait to see him in Tank fight one day. Do you feel like it's always so tough when we ask these two companies to do a fight together?
Not the two companies. That's nonsense. It's the expectation that each guy has, how much they each want for a fight. And sometimes it's too much. It's not like fighters used to fight years ago, small guarantees and fight on percentage. If they don't do that, they expect the promoters to put up crazy money, which promoters can lose. And if promoters lose money continuously on fights, there won't be promoters anymore. So Al has to be careful. The zone, Eddie Hearn has to be careful. We have to be careful. You can't extend yourself in a way that you're going to take a major hit just to do a fight that really is an appealing fight.
That's not ready yet to be made, maybe?
Not a question of not ready.
Yeah.
I'm not ready. We're not gamblers. We'll take risks, but we're not gamblers. I mean, to put up tremendous guarantees for that fight, to make a couple of dollars if you're lucky, probably to lose considerable money, why do it? I'd rather buy a ticket and go watch the fight.
So how do you think these three great American lightweights situate themselves? Haney, Stevenson, and Davis. I mean, Lomachenko could upset all that Saturday night and beat Haney, but
how
does that play out?
I have no idea. Working the deal with Devin on this fight, they went for our formula. Take a good guarantee, take an upside, and if it really hits, you'll make more money. That's the way it always was with Ray Leonard, with Hearns, with Hagler, and unless it goes back to that, the fights won't be made. Don't blame the promoter. I have no problem working with Al Heyman or with Eddie Hearn in the zone. No problem at all. Al doesn't have any problem working with Top Rank. But the deal has to make sense. You can't ask us to take crazy risks where we can lose a lot of money and really make nothing if we're successful.
You're going to have Emiliano Vargas. What can you tell about this great fighter, prospect?
He looks good. He's young. He has the genes. We're going to see him he's a work in progress.
You believe that he could be a ferocito like his father?
We'll have to see.
Was his dad one of the ones that got away? You probably really wanted to sign him when he was...
Well, that was really funny because we had a contract with him when he was an amateur. And Main Events had a contract with Mayweather when he was an amateur. So under the rules then, that when they turned pro, they could get out of the contract by paying back the money that was advanced to them.
Right.
So Main Events had Fernando pay back all the money we had advanced to him when he was an amateur, and he went with them. And we paid back Main Events for all the money they had advanced to Mayweather, and he came with us. So that's how that worked out.
Just with Haney, Bob, what do you think is more likely for him? Will he move up to 40 after this?
He has to. I think he's having trouble with the weight. I mean, and it's not good for his health to do this more than once.
So Stevenson, Haney for now, forget about it? Forget about it, Stevenson and Haney for now? Because Haney's got to move up after this?
But look at Stevenson. He's a growing boy.
So he could go up to 40, you mean?
Go to 47.
Oh, that's it.
Thank
Bob.
Can you talk about the homecoming fight for
The what?
homecoming fight for Big Baby?
The homecoming fight for Big Baby.
Oh, Jack, I'm really excited. We went to Toledo to kick it off. It's going to be a massive turnout for him. Sometimes you have a feeling about a fighter that you look at him, you watch him, and you perceive greatness. And that's how I look at Jared Anderson. I really think Jared Anderson is going to be the next big thing in the heavyweight division.
How about him and Big Bang Jang? Him and Big Bang Jang. That'd be a hell of a fight, right?
I don't know if he's ready yet for it.
Thank you, Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you so much.
Can I ask Bob a question? Bob, is Lomachenko one of the best fighters that you've seen since Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray? Still? Mr. Arum?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I knew that when he came with us out of the amateurs. Nobody that I know of had the amateur credentials that Vasily Lomachenko had.
And that's
Nobody.
And that's why we want to fight.
And he was able to take those skills and go into the professional ranks with great success.
When you made that comment, that's when we decided that Lomachenko was the fight that we really wanted. You've done a wonderful job with promoting Vasil, and when you made that statement as a Hall of Fame promoter, there was no other fight that we wanted as a team. So thank you for making it happen.
No, thank you.
And you said the following: Lomachenko is technically the best fighter that I have seen since the early Muhammad Ali.
Wow. That's correct.
That's a hot take.
Wow. Yeah, that is correct. Now, take this kid. When he was an amateur, 396 amateur fights against everybody in the world, lost one, and that fight that he lost, he revenged 4 times. He won 2 Olympic gold medals, 2 amateur world championships. Nobody else has done that. Now he comes into the professional ranks, and in 9 professional fights, he's won 2 world championships. He's the great defensive fighter, but there are other been great defensive fighters. Floyd Mayweather is a great defensive fighter, but Floyd is a defensive fighter. He'll throw enough punches in a round to win the round, but it always goes to the scorecard. Lomachenko is an offensive weapon as well as a defensive fighter, and he's looking all the time for weakness in the opponent. He wants to destroy the opponent, not just win a decision.
Player, Michelle.
Right.
I love getting revenge.
So you
4
talk
times.
about two-way player, right? He is.
Okay, Bob.
He is the LeBron James of boxing.
Yeah, Mama. He didn't say Kawhi. He said LeBron.
Bob, you and I,
Kawhi.
we were friends.
Bob Arum, take this with all the respect I can give you. My eyeballs just told my brain something that said you skipped a lot of great fighters to go back to Muhammad Ali. Respect.
I like it.
Roy Jones comes to mind in terms of the eye test. And you're saying he's more skilled and even better than Roy Jones?
Yes, because the difference with Roy was an extremely skilled fighter. Roy always looked for the easiest touches in his career. Look at he fought a cab driver. This kid only wants to fight the best. And Roy Jones, a great fighter. And I love Roy. He's a great person, but not as good as Lomachenko. What I sense is that I'm seeing something so special that it will have to be part of history. Look, I've been around great fighters. Without bullshit, you know, there was Lenin and Hagler, and then there was Floyd. You know, was a hell of a fighter. I've never seen anybody like this. none of them compared to him.
That's also Ali and Pacquiao too?
And even Ali.
Hey, Devin, what's your thoughts on Bob Arum saying Lomachenko is better than Ali, Sugar Ray, and Floyd Mayweather?
He said he was better. Man, we just gotta see. I mean, if he says that Loma's better than those greats, then after the fight, I mean, what is he gonna say about me?